Welcome to the Glass Half Full podcast. I'm Kamora Monet, and this is my capstone episode of my podcast. I have two of my classmates turned friends. Tell them your name.
My name is Quincy Jones.
And you?
And I'm CJ.
So all three of us are seniors at William Patterson University. So I thought it was fitting for my capstone project to have a conversation about number one, being black in America, and number two, being black and trying to get a higher education. Because we all know it ain't a joke, okay? So I prepared a couple of topics for us to talk about. We're going to dig in. We're going to, hit some topics that, people are on people's mind and maybe we just don't talk about. So why don't you start and tell them what your major is?
All right, so I'm actually a double major. I transferred from Montclair State University, and I originally started off with business and a primary focus on marketing. But what I ended up changing it to when I transferred was communications with the double major for media studies and theater and comedy. So I'm mainly just an acting student now.
Nice. And you?
So for me, I came in college undecided, and then I picked communications with broadcasting and journalism as my concentration, and looking forward to picking up PR as my minor.
And this is your last semester, or?
No, I have one more spring semester to do, and still deciding on using my medical red shirt to play in the fall.
So CJ actually plays football, and how was that a part of the reason why you came here? Did you research the football team, or?
Well, I didn't do much research, but I definitely that was definitely one of the leading causes to coming in here. I just wanted to keep pursuing my dream.
Are you first generation?
No, my sisters and a couple of my aunts also went to college too. So.
And what about you, Quincy?
For me, none of the males in my family went to college.
Wow. And you see, I think that's that's one of the actual conversations I want to have today. Like, a lot of us are first generation. If not first generation, like, it's far out. Like, none of the men in your family did it, maybe a few of the women. But representation, I feel like, is so important. And, my experience was okay, but I can honestly tell you it was a struggle. I don't feel like I got the experience that I thought I would get. And it's partly my fault because I was struggling. So it required life required things from me and I wasn't able to give school my full attention. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm a senior now, and I'm doing my capstone project, and I'm supposed to put a piece together to show what I've learned, and I'm having a hard time knowing what I learned. Like, I'm kind of struggling. Like, what did I spend 4 or 5 years on doing? You know what I'm saying? And then my second question was, as a senior, how has college molded you into the student you are today? Because I feel like I'm such a different person from 19-year-old Kamora. I mean, I'm excited to live on campus. I'm excited to meet friends. Here I am, 24, and just got my own apartment, and it's like, college what? You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree with you. I would say for me personally, I started college in 2020, so that was during COVID actually, and just from where I started off, I was 18 going into school, and where I am now, it's like school takes a lot from you. Like, having to work to provide for yourself, be able to manage classes, also manage the social life. If you have sports, CJ, you do sports. It's a lot. And then also trying to excel in your classes, be active, and not feel overwhelmed. It's a lot of stress to balance that and try to succeed.
Especially when you don't have anybody to reference. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
I don't
for
have
sure.
anybody. Do you have anybody that you looked up to growing up? Like, damn, I want to do this because of them. Or was it kind of like you had to make your own path for you?
Yeah, I would definitely say I had to make my own path for myself. And then another thing, like, it's like for me, I grew up in a household with 2 sisters and my mom and dad. So, and I was the baby boy. So everybody made sure, oh, CJ, do this, CJ, make sure you on your schoolwork and stuff like that. And then coming here and like looking back from my senior year to now, I feel like the maturity thing was number one. That's what molded me. And also like dealing with like being an adult. Like, as an adult, you're gonna deal with the fact of, okay, I stayed up late, so now I have to thug it out in this class because I can't miss the class. So you're like, then
It was like that for me too. Like, I don't know where y'all doing freshman year, but I was in North. I think that building
Damn,
closed
they don't
now.
even got that no
Yes,
more.
that's how long I've been in school. Jesus, please give me the degree, Professor Williams, give it to me. But it's just like I wanted to study abroad, and I think you make plans and God laughs. I had this idea of studying abroad and coming to William Patterson and living on campus and being in a sorority. And I'm a COVID college student. When COVID happened, I stopped dorming, and reality hit me that I had to be responsible. So I had to, because I didn't know where the world was headed. So I had to go out and get a job. I've worked since 16, but I feel like everything was so up in the air during COVID that it forced us to grow up a lot faster. And so that bright-eyed idea that I had of just being a college girl and being on campus and just living that lifestyle, it changed for me. And it's almost like I lost myself a little bit because I didn't have any guidance. Like I would be struggling to do my homework sometimes, and I didn't have anybody to be like, come over, do it, stay motivated, keep going. I've been there before. I had nobody to relate to. Nobody understood. Like my family would ask me, you got homework again? And I would be like, yes, I got homework every single day. I got something to do. Read a book, read a passage, write an essay, something. And I think that I also feel the fear of post-graduation now. What 3 careers do you guys have in mind for when you graduate? Because it's like we want to have a plan. After spending all this money and going into all this debt that we're going to unfortunately have, it's like we want to have a job. But, like, do you have an idea, or you're kind of like, it's whatever?
Oh, for me, I definitely want to do something with media studies. Specifically, it would be either being a social media manager or something with digital marketing. So I've been able to be lucky enough to have experience with organizations on campus, and then also a little bit of professional work with social media. So I have a broader understanding for it, but it's also a struggle for me. I know a lot of other students deal with this as well. I haven't done any internships with me being in school, so it's like not having that experience, but knowing what I have to do, but it's just no credentials, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's nothing to back it up besides, like, honestly, you know what I be saying? I just need somebody to take a chance on me.
Definitely.
I just need that one person to just take a chance on me and take a leap of faith on me. And it's hard to have someone put faith in you because you got to have faith in you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's hard to sell someone a dream that you wouldn't buy yourself. And I think that's where I'm afraid of. Like, I don't have direction as far as my field. Like, I have my own podcast and it is very small, but I believe in it. But that's also, you got to spend money to make money, so it costs. So I need a job in a field where I'm making a couple dollars to pursue my passion so I can eventually work for myself. Originally, I wanted to be a newscaster. I don't think I'm interested in that anymore. My second option was to make documentaries in third world countries and film how they live and then push it out to the U.S. just to get that personability, because you don't know what's happening across the world, across the water, if you don't see it. And then my third option was always music. And, that's like my fantasy dream, like being a singer and then maybe working with Tyler Perry and being excited and just being a creative, because I think most importantly, I've learned in this 4 years who I am now, 24-year-old Kimora, she's a creative. She just wants to be in spaces where she can create. It doesn't matter what it is. I just want to be expressive. You know what I'm saying? And what about you? What are your three careers?
So firstly, I want to take football as far as possible. But coming into college, it also gave me a reality check. So that's something I do still want to pursue. Like, I'm not giving up on that. But the second thing, I really want to be like a part of a news, like broadcasting, or either behind the cameras, or helping with scripts or breaking news things. Like, I can see myself in that type of field. I feel like comfortable around like cameras and even like behind cameras too.
That's nice. That's nice. And what is one thing you guys would do differently if you had the opportunity to do your college experience all over again? Who want to go first? It's like he said, that's a hot and heavy question, man.
You need a second to think about it?
Nah, it's just a few things that just popped to my mind. I ain't gonna lie. So for me, I feel like anything that I would do differently, I would definitely take like studies more harder, and I want to like say, like, for all you like students coming in, I would say definitely try to get involved. I'm appreciative for football too, because like that helped me get a lot of connections, with like seniors that already graduated and like, up and coming like freshmen, like it's, like a brotherhood. So, but I would say like definitely my studies, like, and also like having that balance, I could honestly tell you that like when I first came, I was more focused. Then you start meeting, your friend groups, so it's like trying to have that balance, and it's tough to find. But like I would say, if I had to do anything over, was being more like focused on finding that balance,
And what about you?
For me, I would say I'm very thankful for the path that I had. If it was one thing I could possibly change, I wouldn't have went to school during COVID. I probably would have took that year off, got my money right. Because of COVID and the situation that happened with the tuition being inflated, I had to drop out of school for a whole semester,
Oh,
and that's
wow.
why I transferred here because
Oh,
it was more
wow.
affordable to go. But
Montclair is expensive.
as hell,
Yeah.
even with
Yeah.
the financial aid, it's not enough, and it's like more of a border of entry for people like us. So
Yep.
to be in a more just financially able situation, and also not really having as much financial support from family because they also have things that they have to worry with.
Responsibilities, yeah.
So it's just I probably would have took that year off, got
Mhm.
myself right, and then been able to pursue school and not have as much to worry about.
Yeah. I think one thing I would probably do differently is be selfless. I spent a lot of time being selfish because I was the oldest sister. I mean, I spent a lot of time being like caring about everybody else.
Selfless.
Being selfless, right? I spent so much time and less time being selfish, and I feel like I missed opportunities. I'm worried about mom. I'm worried about dad. I'm worried about brother. When this was supposed to be about me. So I didn't join clubs. I wasn't able to be involved on campus. I was worried about back home. I think I would have either went to an HBCU or I would have applied for
yeah.
the study abroad program here, and I would have done a semester somewhere else, and I would have talked to more people and networked. But I spent so much time worried about everybody else that Kimora kind of fell behind. So now Kimora's playing catch up, but the same people I helped before is not here. And that includes family, friends, and other people. And I also think that this journey is kind of lonely. And when you give so much and you look around and there's nobody else, this college-ish gets scary and it gets dark if you don't have nobody. Like, I met these two guys this semester and we just started talking. Like, I don't have a lot of friends on campus. I don't know anybody. And the people that I did know, they've already graduated. And again, it's because I just was going to work, going to class, going to work, going to class, and not being involved. So before I end this podcast, if I could just give one word of advice, it would just be to be involved and to take this opportunity, especially as Black men and women, to be selfish. I know there's a lot of things going on at home. I know it's a lot going on in the outside world and in your town. Make this opportunity for you, because you can, if you don't pour into your cup, if you pour into everybody else's cup, your cup will always be empty. So I suggest you be selfless. You take this opportunity to grow, to learn, be excited about education. And I'm excited to see where we go in the next, year to, 5 years, and, just see where life is headed. And I appreciate you guys for coming on the podcast and joining me for my capstone.
I appreciate you having us.
Yes,
that's a fact.
thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. This has been the Glass Half Full podcast. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye.